Sphinx.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the full 4 Restoration Angel, full 4 Blade Splicers.
And he's playing against Andrew Steckley, who's playing a much more mid-rangey blue-white deck.
Much more mid-rangey. He is not playing Delver of Secrets. Andrew is not. Andrew has Gideon Juras, Tamios. He has a Day of Judgment. This is much more similar to Sam Black's second place WMCQ list that was sort of Delverless Delver. So we have sort of top-end Delver against Delverless Delver. Andrew is up a game. Looks like we are going to start with a Ponder from Bernie Wen, a foil Ponder from Bernie Wen.
Very nice.
I'm wondering what percentage of the cards in his deck are foil. I know Bernie fairly well, so I'm going to guess that a lot of them are. So he
Andrew
kept everything on top.
Of his own.
Yep, and Andrew has a Ponder of his own.
A textless reward Ponder.
Which is better? What do you think? Textless Reward Ponder or foil like M11, M12 Ponder? I think foil Lorwyn Ponder is the winner.
I think the new Ponder from the dual decks.
Oh yeah, that's Ponder. A good one.
There we go. That's what I'm gonna pick.
He's also got the air balloon island from Portal Second Age, which I enjoy a lot. I prefer the Drake Island, but, you know, that's just a personal taste. There's a foil Thought Scour from Bernie Wen. Flipping over a foil Glacial Fortress and a foil Dismember. From now on, I'm just going to say the cards, and you can just assume that everything in his deck is foil. So Bernie drawing his card off of the Thought Scour.
Yep, and the Ponder and Thought Scour.
He's going to Gitaxian Probe Andrew Steckley. Andrew has Day, Timely, Glacial Fortress, Island, Snapcaster Mage, Tameo, Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah, double Snapcaster, Day, Timely, Tameo. Yeah, so Bernie just writing down the contents of his opponent's hand.
Now the problem I see with Tameo is that it's just not good against Delver. And there's a Delver of Secrets right there. I suppose Tameo is good against Delver. It's not good against Insectile Abomination.
Yes, that's true. The human insect, quite good.
Yes. So we're going to flip the insect off of a negate.
Negate.
Wow.
That's pretty insane.
So Andrew now knows that Bernie has a negate. Going to be much tougher for him to resolve his top-end spells, like Gideon and Tameo. Andrew left 2 mana up, presumably to feign or present Mana Leak. Bernie did not fall for the trap. He had played another island and passed. Andrew leaning a little bit far back in his chair, so I'm having a tough time seeing his hand. He's going to play a Snapcaster Mage, targeting the off-screen Ponder.
Yep, I'm going to flash that Ponder back.
Flash the Ponder back.
And this is just one of the most powerful engines available in Standard.
Absolutely.
Having 4 Snapcaster Mages, 4 Vapor Snags, and 4 Ponders in your deck is something that can really set you apart from the rest of the decks.
And you don't necessarily need Delver of Secrets, as proved by Brad Nelson when he played the Grand Architect deck. It had the Snapcaster, Vapor Snag, Ponder package. Mm-hmm. Proved by Sam Black when he played something similar to Andrew Steckley's deck.
I think the true power level of Delver, the reason it wins so much, is the Snapcaster, Vapor Snag, and Ponder.
Yes, absolutely.
It's much less relative to the Delver itself.
Bernie targeted Andrew with the Thought Scour that time to get rid of the pondered spells. He's going to attack for 3. Thank you for putting those back on camera, Bernie. I appreciate it. He's going to pass the turn with 4 mana up. What does that say to you?
I think that there are angels.
It's possible that there's an angel in our future, but we're going to attack with a Snapcaster anyway. Bernie is not going to flash in an angel. I don't know if he even has one. He's going to take the 2 damage. Andrew is going to play a Gitaxian Probe to see if the angel's there. Let's take a look at what Restoration Angel does, just in case. He does not have one. Never mind.
No.
So it's Consecrated Sphinx, Negate, Island, Snapcaster Mage, and I believe Geist of Saint Traft.
Yeah. Snapcaster Mage, the best Mystic Snake of all time.
That's right.
As we have discussed. Definitely my favorite of all the cards in Magic. Is it Boilerworks? Might be higher,
Is
but
it
that's about it.
Boilerworks? Is a Mystic Snake?
Well, no,
or
I'm
favorite
saying
card.
Favorite card. Snapcaster Major is a Boilerworks. Snapcaster Major is just so much fun.
It is. It's a 2/1 that has a come into play effect of anything ever printed.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So there's another probe. We're going to see Bernie's hand again. Oh, again? Perhaps they just skipped over what's happening.
So
he's going to pass the turn with 3 mana up. Not a lot he can do with 3 mana as far as I know, or as far as Bernie knows. He has Snapcaster, and he does not have a 1 mana counterspell in his graveyard. Bernie's going to pass with 5 mana. That negate is going to be a big part of Bernie's plan, considering his clock is so much faster. Andrew's already down to 9. Bernie's only at 18.
Yeah, and now, you know, Bernie just running over this game, an early flip Delver.
Yep.
Just showing us how powerful that can be.
For those of you who've been under a rock for several months, Delver of Secrets is a card.
Yes, it is.
Very, very important in the standard metagame. It flips into an Insectile Abomination that's a 3/2 flyer. And
Aberration, actually.
Aberration, sorry, not Abomination. My bad.
I've messed that up many, many times.
Well, I just messed it up again.
Now,
so he took 2 more damage. There we go.
Yeah. Down to 16 here, and Andrew.
Andrew down to 6. So if the
fall
game
down to 6
continues
here.
as such, what is this cavern going to name? Possibly Angel. Oh, Sphinx. I bet it's naming Sphinx.
I believe is what this cavern is going to name, and I believe that.
But he's going to pass the turn anyway. Just leaving the mana up. He doesn't want to. I'm sure he saw Tameo or Gideon game 1, and he's afraid that if he taps out, that the Tameo is just going to get the Sphinx.
Yeah, but that's kind of fine. Right?
He doesn't have a great answer to it. I guess he can just keep beating and put his opponent to 3 and hope that's good enough.
Yeah, I mean, he can't tap out for the Sphinx there because it just makes him lose.
Yeah.
If his opponent has, like...
Vapor Snag?
Yeah, like snag into Sphinx of his own or something.
Right. This is probably a Blade Splicer from Andrew. Nope, this is Timely Reinforcements. Timely from Andrew. He's going to go back up to 12, or is it going to get negated?
I've got negated. That's...
Did it?
It's a really aggressive negate.
I don't see the negate. Where is it?
Well, I think it did. I mean, he paid 2 mana.
He did pay 2 mana, so...
And nothing happened, so I'm assuming he...
Nothing
negated it. What was to happen hath been negated.
Yes.
Alright, so Snapcaster Mage. Turning Thought Scour. Bernie gonna cast that Thought Scour.
There's the negate. Target himself putting 2 lands in the bin. Bernie with a handful of cards. His opponent at a low life total. Advantage on the board. Looks like he's in the driver's seat at the moment. Although things can change quickly in games that have, 45 spells cast before turn 4, like Delver Mirrors. That's one of the most exciting things, I think, about Delver on Delver matchups is how many spells are just cast in the first 3 or 4 turns. Surgical Extraction from Bernie Wen. After Andrew goes to 3 from the Delver beats, this is probably going to take out a Snapcaster Mage, do you think? Since he knows he has another one in his hand. So he's just going to throw it out there so that it survives. Ambush Viper. So we're going to get a 3rd Snapcaster Mage. His hand is now Tameo, Volition Reigns, Consecrated Sphinx, Day of Judgment. Is that right? Volition Reigns? Yep, he's got a Volition Reigns. Wow.
Volition Reigns is a sweet card, man.
Sure is.
I had a single copy of Volition Reigns in the worst seal deck I've ever had.
Yeah?
And I top-rated that PTQ anyway, because I drew Volition Reigns all day.
Nice. So Bernie goes to 12 after paying the Phyrexian mana on Surgical Extraction. He has a 1 of Surgical Extraction. You probably don't ever want to see more than 1, so that's why you're running 1. And with all of the ponder and shuffle effects and drawing cards, you're likely to see it anyway if you want it. Andrew's in a rough spot here. Andrew needs to deal with this Delver of Secrets now, before he dies. There's a Consecrated Sphinx from Andrew. Andrew deciding if it's going to happen. Bernie shows an Oblivion Ring. So he's going to keep the Sphinx on the board for the moment. It's going to get Oblivion Rings and then Scoop.
Yep, and we're on to game 3.
We are on to game 3.
So Bernie went Andrew Steckley. Andrew going to be on the play for game 3.
Yep.
Almost looked like he was going to be able to stabilize there with that Consecrated Sphinx, but Oblivion Ring.
Yep.
Ended up just getting him. Now, post-board looking at the sideboard options. I mean, both players just have so much going on in their decks, just the most powerful spells.
Absolutely.
And both people have 4 Ponders and 4 Snapcaster Mages.
Now, Bernie only had the 1 sword in game 1. Do you think it's still in the deck?
Maybe. I don't know. Swords can often be very bad against the Delver decks because you get tempoed so hard.
But this isn't a Delver deck. This is a controlled, sort of mid-range deck.
Although it looks like a Delver deck.
It does, and he's also got.
It still has 4 Vapor Stacks,
and those are colorless, so that doesn't really help.
Yeah, he's also got 4 Vapor Stacks. So
now in Bernie's sideboard, he's got a gut shot that he'll bring in an extra 1, I would imagine. He had the Surgical Extraction we saw. He has the Singleton Oblivion Ring that we saw.
Well, do you bring in gut shot here against
the Delverless Delver? Probably not.
Well, I mean, even regular Delver, do you bring gut shot in?
I typically have.
Really? I don't
take
think
out
you
Delvers.
should.
Really?
Yeah, I mean it's.
Well, I'm bad at Magic, so that's possible.
Yeah, it's weird. Like it's a fine main deck card against them because you can hit their Delvers before they flip, but it's a really, really bad top deck, and I think that the major reason it's in your deck is
to take out mana things. Mm-hmm. That's fair. So Bernie also has a Sun Titan in his sideboard, which I think is big in the mirror match. So yeah, Josh Cho agrees with me. He's hanging out. That thing's real good in the mirror match. He also has 3 Phantasmal Image. I don't see any. There are no legendary creatures in Andrew's deck, but so Phantasmal Image may not be coming in with the Sun Titan. Bernie also has 2 Gideons in his sideboard to match up with Andrew's Gideons in the main deck. So it's possible he brings those in as well.
Yeah, post-board, both these decks can end up looking very similar to one another.
Yes.
Now, with Andrew on the play, I'm definitely going to have to say that he has an advantage in this game. But, these matches can pretty much come down to people sticking a Sphinx. But at the same time, people have Vapor Snag. It's just going to be pretty interesting. Yeah, now, something else that we'd like to see from these sideboards. I mean, Volition Reigns is obviously just insane here. That's a really nice addition from Andrew Steckley. These blue-white, mid-range to top-end decks have been doing really well on Magic Online recently. And, Volition Reigns is just a really powerful spell when you're able to steal a Planeswalker.
Absolutely. Or a Titan, for that matter.
Mm-hmm. And, generally it's a lot harder to do something like steal Sphinx because if they've got to draw the 2 cards off the Sphinx, then they probably already have a snag.
Of course.
Anyway, we're off. So.
Andrew begins with a blue-white dual land. He does not cast anything. It's a Glacial Fortress. Bernie plays a Delver of Secrets on his first turn. Andrew now pondering off of his Glacial Fortress. One of the things that I thought would be perhaps quite in Andrew's favor was being able to have turn 2 mana leak up. This is not the case in this game. Do you think that's going to be real bad? Or is it going to be okay looking at Bernie's list? I don't see a lot of problem with that. The problem would be is if he didn't have it up for Blade Splicer on turn 3.
Yeah, I don't think it really is going to affect it that much. So Bernie successfully flips that Delver right away. That's going
With
to
a
be great
dismember.
for him.
Yep, and this game beginning to look a lot like the last game.
Now,
Bernie also going to ponder.
see what he finds here.
Looked like there was an angel in there.
It might have been a Gideon.
I'm not sure this game's going to last long enough
Yep. All right, so
for Gideon to matter. So in with the insectile aberration to
Yeah.
17. I got it right that time. There's a glacial fortress. Several fortresses on the board now.
all right, so we have a Snapcaster from Andrew, and that's going to allow him to flash back this ponder.
We have some news from some of the other big names in the tournament, if you'd like to be updated. Both Reed Duke and Josh Ravitz have started off 0-2. So that's unfortunate for some two big names. I'm not sure a lot of people know about Josh Ravitz, but he's been around for a while. He's a New York guy.
A New Jersey native.
New Jersey native. He's here today. So Snapcaster Mage Ponder out of Andrew. Back to Bernie, who now has free reign at 3 mana. Assuming he has a land drop.
Yep. And here Ponder is going to help him successfully find the land that he wants to continue hitting these land drops. Really important to do that when both people are trying to get to like the 6 or 8 range to cast their big spells and have counter magic backup. This flip Delver, though, applying enough pressure that the game may never get to that point.
Andrew
Right,
coming
so-
in with his Snapcaster Mage, putting Bernie to 18. Not going to win this race. He's going to pass with 4 mana up. I believe we saw an angel in Andrew's hand, although I'm not sure. Could be wrong.
It looked like an angel.
We're going to Vapor Snag the Abomination in the upkeep, I believe, was the plan there.
Draw step. That happened at some time.
That happened sometime during this turn. Bernie has a Cavern of Souls on top of his hand. That was during his draw step.
Okay. So, Bernie, recasting this Delver, probably. A few different options.
Bernie has a lot of cards in his hand. I can't really tell what any of them are. He has a land, so he can make a land drop, which it looks like he was about to. He's going to attempt to bait out a mana leak, it looks like, by not playing the land. So Delver of Secrets comes down and he passes.
Yeah, so I mentioned you would want your Delver to get mana leaked at the stage of the game.
At this
when both
stage,
people
absolutely, yep. So Bernie down to 15. Seachrome Coast and pass from Andrew. So this game is going the direction Andrew wants it to. Sort of already in the mid-game, both players at a middle amount of life. Bernie did not flip. Oh, he may have. Oh, there it is. Did not flip. He drew an angel off the top, coming in for 1.
Mm-hmm.
Bernie now in a position to not win this race. Cavern comes down. We will get news as to which type of animal that was naming. Restoration
Imagine it's
Angel.
Angel.
I would imagine it is as well. Restoration
Could
Angel
also
from
be
Andrew
Sphinx, depending on
Steckley.
his hand.
He's going to dismember the angel, putting him to 11. So Restoration Angel sort of has taken the format by storm. It's a 3/4, 3 colorless and a white, flash flying. There it is on your screen. When it enters the battlefield, you may exile target non-angel creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under your control. So it can blink anything you have, get nice reuse out of your Snapcaster Mages, for example. This is currently happening. It's blinking a Snapcaster to get reuse out of Vapor Snag. Angels all over the place on the board. It really took Standard by storm, that card. It's been in, obviously, it's in the Delver decks. It's in the Nyapod decks, blinking everything from Blade Splicer to Huntmaster of the Fells to even Inferno Titans on occasion.
I mean, Restoration Angel has a ton of applications. The new mid-range Delver type decks play Blade Splicer, which obviously has excellent synergy with Restoration Angel, and just having it with Snapcaster Mage also, it makes that even more consistent.
Bernie's Delver flips
and
eats away at Andrew's life total.
Bernie's Cavern is naming Angel, by the way.
Yes. Andrew now in the mid game where he wants to be. 5 mana spells is his forte, I should say.
He's got Tamios and Gideons, and he's going to Taxian Probe Bernie and make sure the coast is clear. The coast is not clear.
Coast is not clear. We got Mana Leak, Restoration Angel, Snapcaster Mage, Vapor Snag.
And that's pretty nice for Bernie.
That is a pretty solid hand for Bernie Wen. Was that 2 angels in his hand?
I believe there was only one.
There's only one? Well, 1 is enough, you would think.
Yeah, Andrew also still has that angel that was Vapor Snagged back to his hand.
Yep.
So if Bernie does tap out here, he's going to be facing off against his opponent's angel also.
It's going to be tough for Bernie to bring in this angel to block the Snapcaster Mage. I don't think he can.
Oh, he definitely cannot. But
so Bernie will go to 6.
he does need to... it's pretty strange.
That is all 4 Glacial Fortresses in Andrew Steckley's deck being tapped for a Day of Judgment. Interesting. Andrew definitely wants this game to go real long.
You just have to let that resolve. That's actually unreal that he did that. Bernie can just end step an angel.
So now Bernie's
right?
end stepping an angel.
And he knows
what
he has the angel.
What is the response here? He's just untapping?
It was
what
a Cavern Angel.
What a strange situation.
And now Bernie has like Mana Leaks and stuff.
Mana Leak and Snapcaster Mage, putting Andrew to 4.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And then he passes the turn with lots of mana up. So
yeah, and then the Snapcaster Mage with the Vapor Snag in his yard essentially has Andrew at 3, so it's a little odd that Andrew chose to go with that line of play. I mean, maybe he just didn't have anything else and he was hoping something happened.
I see a Planeswalker in Andrew's hand. I see a Gideon Jura in Planeswalker in Andrew's hand. Not going to matter since he's seen the Mana Leak. Restoration Angel also in Andrew's hand. You can flash that in. But that will immediately get Vapor Snag. So there's another Day of Judgment.
Once again, players in the Legacy Winterbox #1. Your event is
okay, so maybe his plan was just a double day.
His plan was to double day, but if Bernie has another Angel here, which he does, not looking too good.
No, not at all. And so now it's...
Andrew's going to be at 1. He can never play a creature again.
Yeah.
Because it will get Vapor Snagged immediately.
Yeah, once Bernie plays one more land, then he can Snapcaster Vapor Snag with Mana Leak back up.
Yep.
So, with Andrew at 1, it's just going to be very difficult for him to win.
Timely reinforcements.
Oh, there you go. All right.
So that was quite timely.
Yeah, going to get some 1/1s and gain some life.
That's right.
Pretty nice there.
So he'll go to 7 and get 3 1/1s, which is going to be a 2-turn clock on Bernie, whereas Bernie will still have a 2-turn clock on Andrew, actually.
Ooh. Yeah, another angel.
Another angel. So Andrew is... Knowing we have Snapcaster Mage for this Vapor Snag, we know Andrew will take 7 next turn if he has no responses here. He's going to play another angel while Bernie is tapped out, so he can't Mana Leak it.
Yeah, now Bernie cannot attack with both angels.
Sure he can.
He has Vapor Snag?
He has Vapor Snag on the angel and takes 7. And that's the game.
I didn't realize he had a Vapor Snag. So
yep, he had another Vapor Snag.
Silly, yeah.
Bernie Wen is the winner of this round 2 feature match between Andrew Steckley and Bernie Wen.